She took a different tone this morning on the Today Show. She got very serious. She attacked Republicans for what she said was a very politically driven Benghazi investigation because, of course, perhaps the next Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, had said, see, she's lost votes and she's lost her poll numbers since the Benghazi situation. They looked at that, and Democrats said, you're politicizing the death of 4 Americans. She talked about that today.
Yeah, well, she's said how distressed she was by Kevin McCarthy's comment. She's really completely delighted because it's a great political gift for her to try to discredit the work of this committee. McCarthy spoke ineptly. What he was trying to say is that through its work, the committee uncovered this very important part of the way Clinton was operating as Secretary of State, and she hasn't had a good explanation of it. She hasn't been very honest about it, and it's that fact, not the Benghazi committee, that's been dragging her down.
Chris, the word is that this weekend, Joe Biden will make a decision as to whether he will run. What's your best guess?
My best guess is he doesn't run. I think if he was going to run, he would have hired some people already. There's some rumors that he's hired people. He hasn't hired anyone of note in the Democratic Party.
How do you know that?
I'm pretty confident he has it. I've been asking some people who are a bit close to the situation. None of the good people have defected from the Clinton campaign yet. Joe Biden's the kind of guy who's not going to run just to make a statement. Joe Biden's going to get in it to win it. The guy's got presidential fever. He's run for president a couple times. He's been vice president for the last 6.5 years. He would want this job, but he's not going to get in it just to show the flag. He wants to win, and he hasn't been doing the things necessary to win. So I think it's highly unlikely that he announces this weekend that he's running. But that said, if he doesn't make an announcement one way or the other this weekend, he might still be thinking about it and trying to get that staff in place to maybe announce at a later date. So let's see what happens by Monday.
Chris has better Democratic sources than I do, obviously. But I think presidential fever is the right phrase. Usually these guys, once they got it in their head that they want to be president of the United States, it doesn't go away. And this might be his best chance that he's ever had. The polls suggest, including this latest NBC News poll out of Iowa, that if he gets in, it is reset into a competitive
Does that mean
race.
Bernie Sanders, Chris, is pushed off this table here?
Oh, no, I think it makes it more likely Bernie Sanders gets some delegates to the convention, because I think that Joe Biden splits from Hillary Clinton. He gets the conventional, traditional, mainstream Democratic vote, whereas Bernie Sanders is a little bit more of a novelty act that's going to appeal to some people on the fringe of the party. I don't think Bernie Sanders is a real threat to Hillary Clinton as the race stands now. I think if Joe Biden gets in, that changes.
The fringe of the party, as you put it, has Bernie Sanders ahead in New Hampshire, almost tied and ahead in some polls in Iowa. So that's a very big fringe that is very excited about this 70-something-year-old socialist from Vermont. He has crowds bigger than President Obama did in this juncture in 2007 and 8.
People are not paying attention yet, and right now he's got all the excitement. He's saying some very I wouldn't say super extreme things, but he's really taking it to and talking in plain language, the same way Donald Trump is on the right. And you know this, Rich. You and I have been talking politics for a long time. We both know that this is the time where people kind of get into that mode where they're going to talk about the extreme candidates more than anything else.
But to that end, Donald Trump's lead has been narrowed now. Rich, what does that mean? I mean, I had a pollster tell us from Franklin and Marshall, Dr. Madonna, Terry Madonna's a big pollster out there in Pennsylvania. He said he believes Donald Trump is plateauing right now.
Well, it does seem as though he has a little leak. Now, he's not sinking in a major way, and everyone thought, at least a lot of people thought this would go away with the summer. Well, we're in October, and he's still ahead. The question, as Chris was raising earlier, when voters get more serious, when it really gets time to try to choose the next president, is Donald Trump going to look a lot different than he does now? And I think the answer is probably yes.
That was very diplomatic of you, Rich.
Thank you. I thrive on my diplomacy.
He's very diplomatic. He called Kevin McCarthy inept, and it sounded so good.
I know. He's so gracious there. Chris and Rich, it's great to have both of you. We do appreciate it.